You have just stepped into the Midlife Revolution, your space to ignite possibility, redefine purpose, and embrace the power that comes with age. Co-hosted by yours truly, Coach Wayne.
And I'm Coach Stacy M. Lewis, and we're two seasoned coaches focused on the midlife community of color. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. In a world that sometimes forgets the power and the wisdom that comes with age, we're here to ignite a revolution and rewrite the narrative of this incredible journey.
So, whether you're navigating career shifts, rediscovering passions, or challenging the status quo, this is your space. So buckle up. Let's dive into the Midlife Revolution. Hey, good morning. Good mornings. It is beautiful, and we are, by the time you're seeing this, it's the 30th of the month of July. And
unbelievable.
You can't believe it, right?
I know. Unbelievable. Welcome, everyone, to this week's episode of the Midlife Revolution. I'm Stacy M. Lewis. It is our pleasure to have you here. I'm a nonprofit professional. I'm a health educator, and I'm a midlife women's coach. And I am always so excited for the Midlife Revolution. And I'm even more excited to be here with my partner in empowerment, Sir Wayne, Coach.
For a moment there, I thought you was going to let the cat out of the bag and say partner in crime and let people know what I've been up to.
No, see, because then I would be incriminating myself at the same time. So I was very careful with my choice of words.
Yes, I am Coach Wayne, the VIP coach, and I work with men of color as they navigate the myriad of challenges that happens in midlife. And my goal is to make sure that your second half, brothers, is your best half. And so I'm so delighted, Stacy. We are recording this because you are once again on the road. And I don't know how you stay up with that, Stacy. It can wear you down, but thank God you figured out how to make it work. And today we are talking about the wisdom of aging slower and more slowly so that we can have a more vital lifestyle in our midlife and beyond.
Yeah, I think you talk about my travel and not sure how I do it. And some of the strategies and tips that we'll talk about today are very helpful because, travel can be exhausting. And yes, so I'm on another plane this weekend for work, which I'm excited about. Travel, travel is great, but being in the air and all of that is exhausting. And I'm still trying to look young. I'm still trying to stay youngish, youngish. And definitely in paying attention to the things I'm doing for my mind and my body as I age. So this is a really great topic we're talking about today, and I'm excited to dive into the conversation.
Yeah. And I've been doing quite a bit of traveling myself. Rest and relaxation is the idea behind vacation. But I come back and need a vacation from the vacation. We just hit Panama and 2 weeks before that, the Bahamas. And tonight, actually, I'm on another flight again, but this time staying within the USA, headed to Virginia. And I got to tell you, prior to these trips, Stacy, I kind of beef up with my vitamins and the things that naturally helps to build the immunity up. And I'm still suffering a little bit from a hoarseness. And I think it may have been something that occurred on the flight, in that tight area, people sneezing and coughing. So be careful as you get out there and travel. Stacy, mask. Yes.
I know that some folks are still debating and many people are over the whole mask scenario, but yes, there is a current new-ish COVID variant happening. And at the same time, it's a plane, it's a small container. And I've decided I'll probably be masking on planes for the rest of my life. So that's what I've embraced. It works for me. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I hear you. Stacy, one of my neighbors has a car and it's parked in the garage. It's a beautiful car, older vehicle, chromed, and have those bumpers that is made from good old metal, not the plastic we see today. And he only drives it every now and again in the summer on a weekend. But he hasn't been well in the last year, and so it hasn't been driven a lot. And we took a look at the car, and you could see a few rust spots, and the tires are soft because the car is meant to move and to drive. And it reminds me of us. We live a very sedentary lifestyle, but it ages us faster. Kind of, if you don't use it, you lose it. And so today we want to talk about how can you be more vigorous, have more energy, and show up like you're ready to take on the day, and not have the younger generation bump you to the side saying that you're not ready. We know what's happening right now in terms of the presidential race. We see it. So it's a real deal in terms of how we appear. And we can start off, Stacy, with the mindset about aging.
Yeah, I think it's such an important discussion. Not that we want to stay forever young, but that in this season, the midlife season, if you're a self-identified midlifer, we really want to be able to thrive, to take on new things, new challenges, and to be in that mindset. And we need the mindset to match our physical ability. So I love the way we've kind of outlined this conversation to talk about the mindset, the importance of the mindset in our ability to be intentional about our health, our ability to be consistent about our health, and the strategies that you and I are going to be sharing today, for our audience to really engage in opportunities to just feel good, to be able to mentally and physically move forward from an empowered place. And so go, Wayne.
Yeah, when we talk about mindset, we talk about a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset, a strength mindset. We're talking about a mindset, therefore, of positive possibilities.
Yeah.
Not to resign with the idea that we're 40 or above and start saying, well, I should have done that in my last life. You're still alive.
It's not too late. So many, you and I are of a certain age, and so many of the folks I run into in different settings have that feeling like, oh, it's too late. I didn't do that then, or I didn't take care of myself then. And so now it's too late. It is never too late. Like you said, you're still alive. It is time to really think about your mindset. Where is it as it relates to your health, the opportunities to grow and do new things? And let's start to talk about that growth mindset and your, as it relates to your health, and how we can make some shifts to move forward.
So important, Stacy. This is not the time to start quitting on yourself, and it's an opportunity, for example, to start a new entrepreneurial project if it's something that you've always desired. Don't wind up shooting on yourself, right? Get it done. We know there's such a thing known as brain pruning, where the neural pathways, right, which trigger activities, if you don't use them, you are losing them. Literally, they prune, so they disappear. So if you take up a new event or sport or activity, let's say you started learning to swim or you decided to study a foreign language, you're creating neural pathways, which is exciting the brain, allowing it to literally grow and stay fresh.
Yeah, I think it's such a great example that taking up a new activity. I don't know about you, Wayne, but where I am, pickleball is definitely on the groundswell. And the reason that I want to learn how to play pickleball is not because it's popular at all, but because it feels like less ground coverage than tennis, which I used to play, but I haven't played in a long time. And it's an opportunity to get my mind and my body to work together differently. So this taking on something new, I think, is an exciting challenge that some people can receive it as a challenge or join me in the challenge and let us know how it's going because I really think it's a game changer.
One of my nephews is telling me that he started doing something that he read, and that's he's using his left hand to do a lot of the chores in the morning. So he brushes his teeth with his left hand and shaves. I don't want to cut my throat, but I imagine, I imagine that you are, I guess, entraining your brain to function differently. And that's just a cool way to grow and challenge yourself and stay fresh and young.
Love it.
You know,
Love it.
taking
Yeah.
up chess and
Yeah.
playing. Yeah,
No, but I was a little taken aback, but I was like, "Oh, trying to do more things with my left hand." That is an excellent idea, right? Because it is something that is easy to do.
yeah,
Just really, it doesn't require any additional equipment. It's the other hand. You already have it. So,
yeah, yeah.
and yes, you can start learning how to play chess with it.
Absolutely. And we talk about losing your memory, and I'm not saying
Mm,
that you don't have really organic issues where sometimes folks physically have lost some of the elements of the brain that
mhm,
triggers memory loss. But a lot of times it is a skill set as well. Practicing using association, mnemonics, so
mhm,
that you don't have to always not know where your keys are if you create the habit of putting it in the same place every time you come in the house.
mhm.
Hang it on the wall, put it in a certain container, and that way, just make that a discipline so people don't watch you for 15 minutes trying to figure out where your key is when it's in your pocket. You know what I mean?
Although we know we all have our moments, right?
Yes, 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 yes. My
Like,
mother used
where
to
are
have
my
her,
glasses? Oh, they're right here.
yeah, my mother used to have her glass on her head, walking all over the place, searching around like a crazy lady. I'm like, Mom, what are you looking for? You see my glasses? You see my glasses?
Yes, I have seen your glasses actually.
Your glasses is looking at you. So it's so important, folk, that we be intentional about this stuff, that we create for ourselves strategies where we entrain ourselves and develop habits to grow the mind by just not retiring and resigning with, oh, well, too late, can't do, I don't know, forget it, right?
I think that it's so uh there's such a connection. I mean, we've all heard the mind body connection or the mind body soul connection. But it real that mind body connection really is how we were designed. And so as we take on those new activities, it's not just helping our mind, it is helping our body. And vice versa, as we take on pickleball, it's not just helping our body, it is helping our mind. And so for us to move forward, just really making a commitment to ourselves to try that one new thing or to take on a new exercise regimen, to eat differently, whatever we decide, that is for us. This aging process is one that needs intention. It needs attention and intention
I
for
like that.
us to really do so in a way where we feel like we still have agency. And that's what Wayne and I want, for you to feel like you have
I
agency.
love
It's
it.
not too late.
Intention, agency, attention. Thank you, Stacy. That's powerful. Diet. Now,
Mm,
growing up, I would always go to the doctor and they're like, you eating your veggies, you're going outside, you're playing outside, you go to sleep well. You know, these are the things, the basic elements for aging well, right? And let's look at diet. And we have a little thing we wanted to show you, and we can go through it today. But diet is about having the right sort of vitamins, minerals, and micro and macro, uh, in terms of your health. And what we're showing right now are supplements, some of which you probably are familiar with, like omega-3 fatty acid.
mm-hmm.
Um, it helps with developing cell membranes for permeability so that you can have just and manages inflammation, the right sort of exchange of nutrients in the cells. Um, you can see some of the stuff here, and hopefully you'll get a chance when you do the replay to take notes on this. We'll hit not all, but some of the ones that are familiar. Vitamin D. Almost everybody I know of our color has been told by their doctor recently, oh, you are vitamin D deficient.
Yeah. Yeah. We were just talking about this in one of my communities, the Impeccable Impact community. And that is the reality, that many of us of hued skin are very, very low in vitamin D. And it is truly an important vitamin for our daily health and for our longevity. So I think this is also an opportunity for us to remind our fellowship that it is important to know your numbers, right? To have your vitamin D level checked, and to really pay attention to those that really have easy opportunity, right? Taking some natural vitamin D, right, is an easy opportunity to improve your health, to improve your day to day activity. So that vitamin D is truly important.
Yeah, turmeric. Not only is turmeric good in terms of managing the blood's constituency, it has the effect of thinning your blood to help to prevent clots, but it's also helping in the brain plasticity. So the aging brain really is plastic, as well as the brand new brain, though we tend to
And your
give up on it.
skin
But yeah,
and
right?
right, it is. And again, I'm sure, Wayne, I don't know about your people, your culture, but mine has certainly been using turmeric for a very long time as just part of the cultural seasoning. And
Yeah.
to know that many of these things in the natural, in nature, are there for us to really take advantage of and improve our health.
Yeah. Turmeric. That's that spice that y'all put in your curry, y'all. And of course, we know as well of things like the importance of berries, blueberries
Mm,
in particular. And blueberries are pretty good. And most of these also, we look at things that prevents oxidation and helps to stave off uh, early aging of the cells, right?
mhm.
Oxidation, just like the car that sits in the garage, if the metal oxidizes, then it rusts and wears away. And to some extent, you don't want the rusting of your cells by oxidation, right? And so you want to fight that as much as possible.
Ain't
Free
no rusting
radicals,
us now.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
free
Mm-mm.
radicals are hanging around all day long, and that's the cause of a lot of disease, free radicals. And you want to combat that by making sure that you're following a prescribed, and again, you don't want to do this on your own. You want to talk to somebody who's qualified and certified as a nutritionist or a doctor who's trained in this area, but that can guide you and help you with making sure that you're getting the stuff, macro and micronutrients, in the appropriate levels that your aging body now requires.
Pay attention to what is going in. And as we talk about water, very important.
I got
Wayne and
mine.
I were talking about this idea of ionized water. And I believe that we came to the conclusion that whether you do ionized, high alkaline, distilled, spring, your body needs water. And it is so important for us to drink enough water every day to really maintain our health. It helps to maintain our skin,
Yeah.
you know, all of the organs of our body. And so it is critical to include water. If you don't like water, figure it out. You know, figure it out. Whatever little flavoring, low sugar, no sugar, something. Get that water in. It's critical to your health.
Yeah. And there's another page. And of course, Stacy, and I know that sometimes the water content is not entirely just in the bottle of water, but through your fruits and vegetables, right?
Yes.
So again, you want to go as fresh as possible, because what you don't want to wind up with is a chemically laced fruit to make things worse for you. We talk about those free radicals. Clean your fruits. Simple trick is soaking it in baking soda um, and vinegar, white vinegar. Or you can buy at some of the health food stores or your favorite produce stores the fruit cleaners that you just
Mm-hmm.
gently scrub before you use it. If it's organic and you know where it's coming from, like at a farmer's market, sometimes you can wash it and eat the fruits. Sometimes you might need to peel away the skin, depending on where it's
Mm.
coming from. But again, stay fresh as much as you can.
I love that. Stay fresh. You know, one little tip I will remind, this is really the health educator in me, is that we tend not to cut fruits, or we tend not to clean fruits that we cut into. How often do you wash your watermelon before you cut it? Your avocado before you cut it? The reality is that there are sometimes, toxins, pesticides, etc.,
Yes.
on the surface. And as you cut into it, you are bringing whatever's on the surface into the flesh, to the meat, to the fruit. So, just a little tip: wash your fruit, even if you're going to cut it. Wash your vegetables,
Good
even
point.
if it has that skin that you're not going to eat. Wash it, then peel, or then cut into it.
Good point. I'm going to laugh about this one, vitamin E for the skin, protecting the skin to keep it
Hmm.
supple, right? You can
Why are you
take
going to
it,
laugh?
but also add it, right, externally. And I'm laughing because Oja and I went for a run the other day, and this Florida heat must have been like 90 something. But when we got to the car, it said that it felt like 100 and odd, right? And she had heat exhaustion that day. But when I called my sister in Canada, who is of our hue, she says to us, "You don't wear a hat? You don't put on uh, SV protection?"
Mm-hmm.
And
That sunscreen.
we
Mm-hmm.
don't. And most folks of color, a lot of folks I know, they don't bother with that. They're like, "Nah, I'm black. I don't need no sunscreen." But the reality is, your skin eventually pays for that if it's exposed to that sort of weather on a regular basis, especially starts getting that leathery look, and the
Yeah.
wrinkles will show. It's got to be supple.
The leathery look. Yeah, we don't want the leathery look. Thus the hyaluronic acid mentioned above the vitamin E,
Yes.
right? The whole point is that we need to take care of our skin. And that acid is true. I'd use some every day. I'm just saying. And that vitamin E coupled with that, it all works together. All of these vitamins, all of these tips, they work together. And yes, my beautiful people, you need to wear some sunscreen. It is really, really important to do so.
Yeah. And we have about 4 minutes or 5 minutes. And Stacy, I wanted to not us have us leave out, and we can put them together, rest and exercise.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know which is. I think we can put them together and we can incorporate how both the rest and the exercise help to reduce stress,
Yeah.
because stress in this season, stress, in the game of work, of life, it can really impact our health mentally and physically. So, would you like to take on sleep first?
Yeah. Sleep is important. And coming from a guy who struggles with that, which is not a proud thing. We talk about work-life balance. We talk
Mm.
about work-life integration. I got to really do a much better job, because when I don't sleep, I can feel my skin feeling prickly, and I'm the guy who won't remember that my glasses is on top of my head the next
Mhm.
morning. So in a sense, it's a waste of time to stay up till 3, 4 working on a project, only to find that when I get up next morning at 7, I can't function. So I might as well get the sleep. And by the way, the time of day that you sleep, apparently some of the research says is important, because you're creating serotonin and melatonin, which are important for rejuvenating the cells and the body at night or whenever you're resting. And it
Mhm.
comes during a certain time frame of your sleep. But if you're awake, your body is creating hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, which is you're awake doing stuff. And that really interferes with the renewal of cells and all the things that the body needs for rest.
Yes, yes.
It's functioning
And
like you're awake.
right, right. And you need to work, right? We all need to be part of the process. We need to work with the process, right? God has designed the process that there's time to be awake and there's a time to sleep. And
Yes.
that sleep time is so important. And we touched on it when we talked about hormones. Um, but the sleep is so important. And I find, that at this age, sleep can sometimes be elusive and can only encourage our listening audience to pay attention to that. What is it that's causing the sleep to be a little more elusive? Are you having wine too close to bedtime? Are you, amping up your brain with social media too close to bedtime? What's impacting your sleep? Pay attention to make those small modifications that are really important to your health.
Yeah. And another show or so, we might talk about what blue light does to us versus, the darkness in your room. And also remember a power nap. I just saw an article yesterday
Mm,
about taking a power nap, that they have done some tests to see that it actually reduces the incidence of heart attack in men
mhm,
and women just by having a power nap several times a day, or I
mhm.
mean, several times throughout the week.
Right.
Um, Meditation. If you can't get full sleep, slow down, do some meditation. And the home stress, Stacy, is exercise. And we can't get into it fully, but stay moving. The body's made to move. As we get older, mobility exercise, correct?
Right, right. It all culminates into um, thinking about how you want to age, the heart's desires, the dreams, the visions you have for these next 10, 20, 30 years of your life, and how your current lifestyle lines up with that. And are the things that you are currently doing, the drinking the water, the exercising, the resting, are they in alignment with what you want your future to look like? And so, what adjustments can you make to ensure that there's alignment between where you want to go and where you are.
Yep. So Stace, let's let the people know, the folks know that it's so important to integrate all this stuff and create a habit, a lifestyle of health and wellness. And you can age, as they say, gracefully, remembering that midlife is not a punishment. It's an opportunity to launch yourself forward so you can enjoy your second half and make it your best half.
This is the gift. Every day, this is the gift. So let's live it to the fullest.
We'll do it again next week, and we'll be live right here on Midlife Revolution. Thank you all.
Thanks for joining.
And there you have it, folks. This week's episode of the Midlife Revolution. Hey, we truly appreciate you spending this time in this space with us. Join us next week at the same time as we dive into relevant topics and present solutions to spark new thinking and empower your midlife journey.
Don't forget, if today's episode resonated with you, share your thoughts and suggest topics in the comments. And of course, remember to subscribe, share, like, and hit that notification bell. You are the Midlife Revolution. I'm Coach Stacy, and I'm cheering you on.
And I'm Coach Wayne, and I'll see you at the top.